Hi, I'm Bob Moncur and you're watching Newcastle Fans TV.
Hi everyone, welcome to Newcastle Fans TV, and so today we're looking at Chelsea. So obviously we know the FA Cup this Sunday and we're going to be talking about them in today's video and what we're going to be up against, what Antonio Conte may do and recent form as well. So injury news, first of all, we'll crack on with that. So we know that Willian is ruled out, great news for us, bad news for Chelsea, but there are doubts around a few players like the likes of Danny Drinkwater, Cesc Fabregas, Courtois and Morata as well. So they do have doubts, so you might see one or two of them make it, some of them you might not. However, will Antonio Conte rotate? I think he will. I think he rotate more than what Rafa Benitez will in this game. You know, you could see the likes of Caballero continue in goal, even if Courtois is back. David Luiz, you'd probably expect to play. They might play the youngster Ampudu, Zabacosta, Batshuayi, you probably think would start in this one. Ross Barkley, I don't think he started the game yet for Chelsea. I might be wrong on that. Chelsea fans, correct me if I am wrong on that. So you would expect Chelsea to rotate the side, and that probably gives Newcastle a bit of hope for two reasons. One, a weakened side, but also their recent form is not very great. Let's have a look at their recent form. Put it on screen now. Now, the first thing that jumps out is the two Norwich games in the Cup. They couldn't beat Norwich in the Championship over 2 games, which gives Newcastle fans and myself and you a lot of hope. And they couldn't beat Arsenal, and some people say that Arsenal aren't the force that they once were, and they couldn't beat Arsenal at all over 2 games either. In between, they drove Leicester at home, and also they beat Brighton 4-0. So they've only won 1 out of the last 6 games. But then again, some people might say they've only lost 1 in 6. But they've only scored 6 goals. However, the defence is really tight, only conceding 3. So they've had a lot of cup games in there, which has probably not helped the league form either. But for me, that gives Newcastle hope. You've got to look at it and think, Antonio Conte, the mood around Chelsea at the moment doesn't seem very happy. Some of the players which we'll touch upon that he's linked to as well, some of them are a bit of a joke in my opinion. And then the Norwich fixtures, the Arsenal fixtures give us hope. Chelsea are struggling a little bit. They've only won 1 in the last 6, and they're not scoring many goals. I know they're not conceding many, but this will give us a bit of boost, because we've only been beaten once in the last 5. And for a side like us, that's our best run this season. I know we won 3 on the bounce earlier on the season, but if we could possibly get something from this game, keep that little bit run going. Do we get anything from this game? As I touched upon yesterday, I would love to see Newcastle attack. I really would. I think we've got nothing to lose, and do you know what? If we get picked off like the likes of Hazard or, you know, Pedro later on against the counter against us, fair enough. But I want to see us attack. I want to see us go for it. I don't want to see the cautious Rafa. Will we see that? Probably not. Rafa knows best. I'm not saying what Rafa should do. You know, it's got his results, being cautious, coming out slowly. We nearly nicked something at St James's Park here against Manchester City doing that. Will Rafa go for that? Probably. Is that the best approach? Probably as well. Now, you know, Chelsea have been linked to some strange players. You look at the list here, you're talking about, you're looking at Olivier Giroud, for example. You're looking at Edin Dzeko. You're looking at Peter Crouch, which is a bizarre link for me. And the strangest one was Ashley Barnes of Burnley. Now, the last 2 players, Peter Crouch and Ashley Barnes, that's odd. It's really odd. It's clear what Antonio Conte is looking for. He wants a tall striker. It's something direct to come off the bench, something different to Morata. But Ashley Barnes and Peter Crouch being linked, is this just paper talk? Is there some truth in it? I think Dzeko will be a great buy for them coming off the bench later on. I really do. I can't see Arsenal selling Olivier Giroud to them though. But threats, who did Chelsea have? I mean, they've got several players that you can talk about, but I mean, it depends on who plays, isn't it? Of course it is. You know, will we see Pedro start? Will we see Hazard start? Will Antonio Conte rotate? You know, Morata, Batshuayi, whoever's up top, that'll be obviously a force up front. Even Marcos Alonso scores goals from a left wing position. He gets like 5 or 6 every season. He takes 3 kicks, he comes up for corners. But I think if you stop Chelsea playing, you've got to stop Fabregas for me. If he starts, that is if he starts, and you know, if you give him too much time on the ball, he'll just spray pass and he'll destroy you. Them through balls and clever clip balls through for the pacey out wingers. So maybe you want to get tight. Your likes of Ayoze Perez, get tight on him. But as I've touched upon, let's go for it. It's a one-off game. Why not? The magic of the FA Cup. But let us know what you think on Chelsea. Let us know what you think on how we're going to get on in this game in your comments down there below. See yous. Bye bye.